to CEO of Daimler AG, Dr. Zetsche.
Thank you very much, Jörg Hove. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our annual press conference. The year we are reporting on today was marked by an economic upswing for the automotive industry as a whole and for Daimler in particular. 1 year ago, at this press conference, I promised you that we would emerge from the crisis with strong momentum. Today, I can tell you that we have kept our word. This year, as we mark the 125th anniversary of the automobile, its inventor is in very good shape. In 2010, the group's revenue was 97.8 billion euros. EBIT totaled 7.3 billion euros, and net group profit was 4.7 billion euros. At our annual meeting, the Board of Management and the Supervisory Board will propose paying our shareholders a dividend of 1.85 euros per share for the past fiscal year. This is a dividend payout ratio above 40% of net profit. Our free cash flow from industrial business also developed very positively, reaching 5.4 billion euros. All in all, Daimler made a spectacular comeback in 2010. We showed what we are made of and will keep stepping on the gas pedal in 2011. Our stated goal is to permanently sustain the success we've achieved and, wherever possible, to further improve our performance. We've done the necessary homework to make that happen. We have the right products to further strengthen our competitive position, the right technologies to further reduce CO2 emissions, and the right strategies to further improve our position in growth markets. But let's start with a review of 2010, starting with Mercedes-Benz cars. Our passenger car division delivered approximately 1.28 million vehicles last year. That's the second highest group sales figure in our history. It represents an impressive 17% increase compared with the prior year. Revenue rose by 29% to 53.4 billion euros, and EBIT totaled 4.7 billion euros, which corresponds to an 8.7% return on sales. In other words, we are already close to the 10% return on sales target we plan to permanently achieve across all economic cycles beginning in 2013. One of the key factors behind our success was our very good model mix. The S-Class, E-Class and C-Class sedan were all market leaders in their respective segments last year. In 2010, we also presented 6 new models, ranging from the E-Class convertible and the SLS to the CL and the CLS. Each of these models underscores our goal of offering Mercedes customers the best. The best or nothing, that's the brand claim we successfully introduced in 2010. It's also what we expect of ourselves. Unit sales at Smart declined by 17% in a contracting market segment in 2010. However, Smart still performed well compared to its competitors in important markets. As part of our global growth strategy for Smart, we've entered into discussions with the current US distributor Penske Automotive Group to have Mercedes-Benz USA take over the US Smart business. Now let's turn to Daimler Trucks, which also experienced a recovery. Sales at that division climbed by 37% to more than 355,000 units in 2010. Revenue totaled 24 billion euros and EBIT was 1.3 billion euros. Unit sales at Trucks Europe, Latin America increased by 41%. We also set a new sales record in Brazil, which is a very important market for us. Sales at Trucks NAFTA were 25% higher in 2010 than in the previous year. As was the case in Europe, we also increased our market share in the NAFTA region. With a market share of 24%, we retained our leadership in the segments for medium and heavy-duty trucks in Europe. What's more, we took the #1 spot in these segments in the NAFTA region by attaining a market share of 32%. Unit sales at Trucks Asia increased by more than 40,000 vehicles, or 41% in 2010. The realignment of our business units for North America and Asia was successfully completed in 2010. which means ahead of schedule. Product highlights in 2010 included the launch of the new Mercedes-Benz Ertigo and Axo models in Europe. We also fully updated our range of models at Fuso with the all-new Canter, Fighter and Supergrade. Last but not least, Freightliner began selling its new heavy-duty Coronado truck model in 2010. Our vans have staged a big comeback as well. Unit sales at Mercedes-Benz vans in 2010 increased by more than 1/3 compared with the prior year. Almost 1 of every 5 large vans sold in Europe in 2010 was a Sprinter. In fact, our market share in the European Union has never been higher than it is today. We've also expanded our van business activities in other regions. We launched the Sprinter in the US under the Mercedes-Benz brand name and sold our first ever Vito and Viano models in China. At 451 million euros, EBIT at Mercedes-Benz vans was significantly higher than last year than in 2009. As far as our products were concerned, activities at Mercedes-Benz vans in 2010 focused on model updates for the Vito and Viano, as well as on the Vito e-Cell. The Vito is a van designed mainly for commercial use, and we've improved its total cost of ownership performance even further. With the Viano, we have a high-value and comfortable multi-purpose vehicle in our program. Both models have one thing in common: their fuel consumption has once again been significantly reduced, a development that has gone down extremely well with our customers. Let's now turn to the world's leading bus and coach manufacturer in the above 8-ton segment, Daimler Buses. Many of our core bus markets contracted in 2010. It is therefore all the more remarkable that we were able to increase our global sales by 20%. This improvement was largely due to high demand for chassis in Latin America. However, because the chassis business generates less revenue than the sale of complete buses, the overall rate of revenue and earnings growth was somewhat lower than that of sales. Revenue rose by 8% and EBIT still managed to increase by 17%. We were delighted by developments at Daimler Financial Services, where both new business and contract volume rose substantially in 2010. Business expanded significantly, particularly in relation to commercial vehicle fleet customers and commercial clients. The same applied to the insurance business, where we were able to broker about 839,000 policies. At the same time, risk provisions have sharply declined now that the impact of the global financial and economic crisis has greatly receded. Daimler Financial Services recorded very solid earnings in 2010 and posted EBIT of 831 million euros. Return on equity in 2010 was 16.1%. It's only possible to sustain results like these, regardless of the business division, if they are backed up by satisfied customers. That's why it means a great deal to us to know that customers and industry experts once again described our products and services as outstanding in 2010. According to Automotor Sport magazine, the E-Class convertible and the SLS AMG are 2 of 2010's most beautiful cars. The Mercedes-Benz Actros was named Truck of the Decade in the UK. Our service and repair centers were awarded the highest marks in nearly all tests, and our financial services also received many awards. The Daimler Group as a whole was voted the most popular company in Germany in a survey conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers. We're very proud of that as well. The overall picture in 2010 for Daimler is very clear. 2010 was an excellent year. We have got what it takes to ensure that we can sustain our success over the long term and improve even further. That is our goal for 2011 and the years to come. With regard to products, in all of our divisions we expect to be in a clear leadership position. In whatever is most relevant to customers in any given market segment, we intend to offer the best. With regard to passenger cars, this means the best vehicles on the market. For commercial vehicles, it means the best overall economic utility. And in financial services, it means the best automotive service packages. At the same time, we want to be among the industry's top companies in terms of our business performance. After all, top-of-the-line products generate top-of-the-line returns. You can see here what this means in black and white. These are the returns on sales figures that we plan to permanently achieve at all of our divisions by 2013 at the latest, as an average across all market cycles. So we have set clear targets for ourselves in terms of both quality and quantity. We have also launched numerous initiatives to ensure that we will achieve these targets. These can basically be divided into three areas: product and brand, growth and innovation, and team and culture. I would like to explain each of these areas in more detail in turn, starting with products. In 2011, just in time for the anniversary year of the automobile, the new product campaign at Mercedes-Benz is moving into high gear. The new generation of the C-Class, which you see here, sets new standards for vehicle interiors. This model will also be available as a two-door vehicle in June. In other words, we plan to offer our highest volume model as a coupe as well. And a further highlight for 2011 is the new SLK, which will hit our dealerships in March. This vehicle is not only our first roadster with a standard start-stop feature, it also includes a world premiere that we call Magic Sky Control. This function enables you to make the vehicle's glass roof either transparent or opaque at the touch of a button, provided, of course, that you're not already enjoying an open-top drive. October will see the launch of our SLS Supersports car in a roadster version, following its world premiere at the IAA International Motor Show in Frankfurt. The new M-Class, which will also be introduced to the market this fall, will set a new fuel efficiency record. Even without a hybrid drive, the low-end version of the new M-Class boasts better fuel economy than any of its known hybrid rivals. But even that isn't the end of the story for 2011, because our product campaign will reach the compact segment at the end of the year. The first representative of this new and completely independent model series will be the new B-Class. With the B-Class and the models that will follow in 2012 and beyond, we will demonstrate that even a small Mercedes can be really fascinating. This will strengthen our brand, particularly among younger customer groups, while at the same time improving our cost position. Because first of all four models in our new compact family are based on a common vehicle architecture. And second, the greater number of model derivatives will also lead to higher unit volumes, which in turn will lower unit costs for components that can be used across several model series. And third, the production network, including our Rastatt and Kecskemét plants, will help to ensure that we can offer our customers a true Mercedes at an attractive price. 2011 will also see important changes for our commercial vehicles. For example, we will reposition our Western Star brand in North America by launching our heavy-duty Zodiac truck. We will also expand our range of services in response to growing demand for transport-related services. For our buses and coaches, 2011 will be an important year as well, especially with the new Mercedes-Benz Citaro set to hit the market. The predecessor model is by far the most successful urban bus of all time, and expectations regarding its successor are equally high. We will also launch a small bus under the Fuso brand name in Japan, and we plan to introduce a Setra travel coach in the NAFTA region.